Walter had known Javier Chuk for the better part of a decade, ever since he'd moved in with his mom. But it seems that there had always been animosity between the stepfather and stepson, with Javier often referring to Walter, a young man with a disability, as a burden, and Walter believing that it was his job to protect his mom from Javier Chuk's constant bouts of violence. Walter's cousin, Alessandro, says that all that animosity came to a head last night when Javier got into yet another fight with Walter's mother.
It began with Javier. He came kind of drunk, right? And then he came here with my auntie. Then he and my auntie start argue, right? Then he says something else that he get pissed off at my cousin. Then he said something, he insult my other cousin in Spanish. And he get pissed off too because he's kind of drunk too. So he got angry. And he came to throw a punch to Javier. And Javier grabbed him and slammed him into the car. Right into this car. Then slammed him right into the car. Then Axel went to the back. I thought he was going into his room, but he went to grab Javier's bike and dashed the bike on top of him. Then Javier came again. He shoved him over there, right over by that fence. And right there he took out the knife, quick stab. The blade came out clean without getting no blood on it.
The family says that Walter, who hadn't yet begun to bleed, ran across the street in an attempt to get help from a friend, and that Javier jumped on his bike and rode off, taking his knife with him.
At this time, Javier Chuk is being sought by police in relation to this investigation.
But while the cops remain hot on his assailant's trail, Walter Gonzalez remains in a critical condition. At this point, his family has very little hope for his survival.
I just talked to my sister at 11 o'clock. She said he's in a critical condition. He's a brain dead already. It's a miracle if he's alive, if he make it. They have him in a surgery. Last night they couldn't, his liver is damaged and something inside that the blood is not staying in him. They can't stop him bleeding.
It's a tragic turn of events that have left this family in desperate fear of what lies ahead.
Me and him, when we were small, we always get along. I was a good cousin to him every time. I always watch his back and we were good friends. Losing him, it's a hard thing. He was very close to me.
I am his auntie and I love him so much. He was like, "Auntie, I love you." He would come to my house and I encourage him to be a better person. And I was like, "I know, Axel, I can work with you, but you have to stop drinking." But last night he was not drinking that much. He was like just maybe, young boys are now drinking every time, so I cannot blame it on him.
Cherise Halsell, 7 News.